The Inactives are coming in right now. We are getting your lineup set here on Fantasy Football today. Josh Downs is out. Jayden Reed is in. Talis Fuaga, starting offensive tackle for the Saints. He is playing today. Jets cornerback DJ Reed is out. I don't know that we're going to get any major consequential inactives right now for the 1 o'clock games, but we're going to answer your questions. It's Adam, Dave, and Heath here on this Sunday morning, and we're live until about 12:55 Eastern time. What's up, guys? How we doing?
I'm good, man. How about a shout out? Is this our first stream since we crossed over 100,000 subscribers?
Knicks Nation wants a "Hoo yeah,
Hoo yeah,
100,000."
Is that a hoo yeah or a ho yeah?
That's probably what it is. And go Knicks while we're on that subject here.
Yeah.
Let's go Team Heath in the house. A glimmer for
many people have been asking why I hadn't been wearing the V-necks as much this year. So I thought, it's week 2. My lineups look like it's a week 14 by NATO. Let's break out the V-neck.
Week poo. All right, let's get some questions answered here. Before we do that, where'd you guys rank Jordan Mason and Zach Charbonnet? Which running backs are you starting them over?
An excellent question. I've got Mason 14th among running backs, so top 15 RB for week number 2. Zach Charbonnet 18th, and I've got them both over. Heath, cover your ears. Jerome Ford, J.K. Dobbins, Josh Jacobs, Ramondre, Aaron Jones, David Montgomery, Zamir White, Carson Steele, Barry Sanders, and I'm just looking at our tool. Somebody named Dylan McDuffie once played running back in the NFL. Well, I'm starting those guys over him too.
I've got Charbonnet at RB8, Mason at RB14 in full PPR. In half PPR, it'd be closer to like Mason at 10, Charbonnet at 12.
Wow.
I'm pretty excited about Zach Charbonnet. A very good pass catcher. This Seattle Seahawks team that we were all so excited about, their new high-flying offense, completely established the run in week 1, and now they're playing a Saints team that couldn't score against us 3.
How about a Patriots team that couldn't score against us 3? Them too.
Saints could score against us 3. We saw that last week. They played.
I do worry about it being kind of a lowish scoring game between Seattle and New England, but I think about the workload for Charbonnet. And I know I shouldn't be talking up Charbonnet because you've got him top 10. I've got him top 20, but I think that the workload is going to be there for him. Way north of 15 touches, if you ask me.
After last week, I'm kind of worried that all these games are going to be low-scoring games.
That's a good point. Yeah, Adam, I never went and looked at how much zone defense was played in week 1. Can I get a chance to go and look at that and report back?
Sure, if you'd like. Someone wants to know, where's the stash? Yeah, so Vikings, Giants, I lost the bet. I have to grow a mustache. I'm not really happy with it yet. So I'm just going to keep letting it go with the beard, and we'll see when it gets to the point where I actually have a mustache worth showing off. All right, let's read some questions here. Tony Pollard, Brian Thomas Jr., or Jayden Reed. Jayden Reed, we're not going to get a lot of love for the Packers wide receiver.
This is easily Tony Pollard for me, and kind of leads into I want to just make this point early, and we'll talk about A.J. Brown like 17 times today. But Brian Thomas Jr. is like one of those guys that I don't really even want to start over A.J. Brown. I would probably just try to go pick up Jahan Dotson or someone like that. Don't have a lot of confidence on Thomas in this game against the Cleveland Browns. So I would go with Pollard over Thomas and Reed. Neither one of Thomas or Reed are in my top 40 wide receivers. For me to just sit A.J. Brown and not even think about playing him, I would need to have a top 30 wide receiver or top 30 running back to put into his spot. Otherwise, I'm trying to go get Jahan Dotson and wait it out.
Yeah, that is the big story here. It's I don't think you want to start a Dunze necessarily. He might play tonight. Keenan Allen, a game time decision. You can probably talk yourself into getting away from those guys. A.J. Brown, though, is the toughest decision. Absolutely. You just heard Heath say it. I have a little bit of a lower threshold because I think that I can beat Heath in the FFT league without starting A.J. Brown. So I am starting Ladd McConkey because he has McCaffrey and T. Higgins. So I'm starting Ladd McConkey over A.J. Brown. I just don't want to get that 0, and I didn't want to drop anyone to pick up Jahan Dotson or something like that. I do want to read some more questions here, and then we'll kind of get more into that. I have AJ Brown. Should I sit him for Ayuk, Godwin, or Rashee Rice? Yeah, oh gosh.
Yes.
I'm sitting him for Ladd McConkey, and you have these options. Who should he choose here?
Cole's rich. He's receiver rich. I would start Rashee Rice.
Yeah, like I shouldn't say this. I might start Rashee Rice over AJ Brown if he was 100% healthy.
Okay. Cameron says Javonte, Jacoby, Evan Engram, and JSN pick 2.
Jacoby and Engram, and I'm sorry.
Javonte and Engram.
Dave, you could, if you want to read the beginning of this one here, but yeah.
That means I have to actually like go to the screen. Oh, so now is this going to be okay? Con! I'll do one a show. That's the one.
It's arguably the best feedback we've ever gotten on an episode. PPR start 2, Flex, Stevenson 4, DK, Marvin Harrison.
And it's shocking too, because usually the feedback is, wow, you guys are so handsome. And where can I get your autographs? And, can I send you guys money?
In this week, we topped 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
We had our most watched YouTube video ever.
Yeah.
And our most positive feedback on a different show completely.
It's almost like we're hitting our stride.
Yeah. It was a good week. Week.
I think we might make it.
Let's go, Josh. That's the answer to Josh.
Let's help people win their leagues, Heath, and then we can talk about making it. Stevenson, Ford, DK, Harrison. Ford's got to be in there. And I think I'm going to start Harrison as the other one.
I would probably go Ramondre.
Andrew, Chris Olave.
Andrew Roulette.
Yeah, I just decided not to try it. Olave, Flowers, Harrison, DJ Moore, pick 2, half PPR.
Olave and Moore.
I think I have Harrison over Moore. Let me double check. I should know these things. I do have Harrison over Moore.
PPR, Godwin. Yeah, start Godwin over Brown.
Yep.
Okay.
I just want to just to further my point, Adam. It's week 2. You and I are playing in a league, and just think about what we thought in draft season. Zach Charbonnet, Jerome Ford, Jaylen Warren, Greg Dortch, Rashid Shaheed, Demarcus Robinson and Ladd McConkey are all starting in this week 2 game in a 12-team league.
Most of those guys are on your team, right?
Demarcus Robinson, Rashid Shaheed, and Ladd McConkey are all starting for you.
Oh, you have the good ones. You have Charbonnet and Ford. Okay, so maybe I won't win. Drake London, Jameson Williams, or David Montgomery. Oh, you're playing on ESPN, Alex. Well, then start the wrong one. Now, who are you guys going to start in PPR?
I'm going Jameson.
I'm going Montgomery.
I'm fully bought in on Jameson Williams being a larger part of the Lions offense, certainly a game-breaking part.
I have a question about that because Adam and I talked this morning, and I'm not quite yet. Okay. Have you graded either Amon-Ra St. Brown or Sam Laporta to get there on Jameson?
I had to on the trade chart a little bit.
Okay. Well, he only had 28 attempts from Jared Goff last week, so
right.
Hopefully we can get.
But I think that's ideal. I think ideally that's what they want from week to week. I don't think they want to go and say, all right, we want Jared Goff to throw 35 times a game. I think part of their recipe, to Heath's point about starting Montgomery, I think part of their recipe is running the ball. I didn't like for Montgomery that Jahmyr Gibbs earlier in the game had some short yardage goal line tries. And then late in the game, it was Montgomery just crushing them in overtime.
Yeah. Well, Goff averaged almost 36 pass attempts per game last year, so 28 does feel low, but 36 might be high. DJ Moore or Chris Godwin, PPR?
The one whose first name on their birth certificate is Rod.
Give me more.
I did see that, Rod. He could have been Rod Godwin. Yeah, that's a pretty cool name. Chris Godwin.
Yeah, maybe he just didn't like it and he wanted to go by Chris.
Oh, keep trade cut. Clowns, magicians, balloon artists.
We are absolutely keeping magicians.
Yeah.
If we're trading balloon artists, what are we getting back?
So I think I'm going to trade magicians since I know they have some trade value. You guys like them. I will.
Then who are you keeping?
And I'm going to cut balloon artists.
You're keeping the clowns?
Yes.
Jeez, that's bad. That's a bad call.
Yeah.
Montgomery or Christian Kirk in PPR?
Montgomery.
Dave, where's she from?
Oh, she's from a little town known as Chicago, Illinois.
Okay. Well, you see, she's from a town in
Illinois, east of Davenport. It could be Rockford. It could be anything. But
it could be all of the cities.
Chicago is east. Yeah. Literally any city in Illinois, I believe, is east of Davenport, Iowa.
Deontay Johnson or JSN?
Ew. You don't even want to say it, Heath.
It's Deontay. JSN stands for just say no.
Would you start Brandon Cooks or Rashid Shaheed over either of them?
I'd start both of them over JSN.
Would you start both of them over Deontay?
No.
I might take the chance and start both of them over Deontay.
Apparently, I'm starting Rashid Shaheed against Heath. Just news to me. I remember. Javonte Jacob. No, we did this one. Is this a good trade? Ford, White, and Lazard for Garrett Wilson.
It's a good trade for you if you're getting Garrett Wilson.
Unless it's Rashad White.
Yeah, it's Rashad White. Oh, Zamir. I didn't even think.
What if it's Zamir White? It's a slate. You don't even have to ask us.
Yeah, if it's Rashad White.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think you're going to get more points from Ford and Rashad White moving forward.
Did Lazard score 3 times as many points as Wilson in week 1?
3 times? Was it?
He's wide receiver 3 in the season.
What I was noticing is how many teams where their running back outscored their quarterback. Because I was just like looking at fantasy points, like, oh, Jerome Ford outscored Deshaun Watson. I wonder how many weeks this year that's going to be the case, either Ford or Chubb or whatever. I was like, gosh, man. Most teams, I feel like their running back outscored their quarterback last week. It was wild. So I referred to Chicago's food as garbage. Q Adams denial. Is that what I said? So compared to New York,
I was on the show live.
But it's compared to New York. It's not garbage, but compared to New York, it is garbage.
And do we have a Twitter poll or a YouTube poll today?
We do. Where would you rather be on a nice weather weekend? New York City or anywhere else in Florida?
I would say Florida is probably winning, 70-30?
I would hope so.
Florida is crushing 63-37. Yeah, I got to tell you, I don't know can you hear what's happening in my house? There is a woodpecker that is destroying the side of my house right now.
Why don't you go take care of it,
No, you can't kill it. No, you cannot kill a woodpecker.
I was just making a noise.
You can't do it. It is.
You can't go outside and make a noise at a woodpecker. I think you can, and that would scare it away.
You could do that. We're gonna have to chase it off. I have age. Oh,
I would like to see the woodpecker.
Good questions.
Can you get the camera on the woodpecker, please?
It's very pretty, but it's destroying my house. Pacheco, Kamara, Jacob.
So you're just gonna sit and do a YouTube stream while your house gets destroyed by a bird?
We may see the bird shortly when it gets through the wall.
Is it laughing? It's laughing at you, Adam. It's going ha 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 ha. That was my favorite cartoon when I was a kid.
Jacobs. You're not going to answer. I'll do it. Sid Jacobs. AJ Brown or Ridley in non-PPR?
Ridley.
You got to take the safe route with Ridley.
Metcalf or Charbonnet PPR?
Zach. You got to answer. If you're not going to answer, then I'm going to answer.
For Heath. Yeah,
it's Charbonnet for sure.
Okay. Dobbins, Charbonnet, Shaheed, PPR. Start 3.
I'd start all those guys.
Great question, Brandon.
Rank them.
I'm going to rank them Charbonnet, Dobbins, Shaheed.
Agreed.
Okay, sit 1.
Agreed with my rankings of Shaheed.
Week poo, sit 1. Saquon, Aaron Jones, J.K. Dobbins, Jordan Mason.
Sit Jones.
I'm with you.
Sit the song, Mr. Jones. Really didn't like that song.
Oh, come on.
It was fine back in the day, but now it's nails on chalkboard.
Charbonnet or Swift?
And it might be one of Counting Crows' worst songs.
That's the thing. I don't like when the first song I hear by a band is not good, because then it sours me. Like Somebody Told Me by The Killers. I can't stand that song. So it took me a long time to like The Killers. Then I realized, oh, they're actually really good. Just that song. Yeah, Charbonnet.
Yeah.
Does Adam wear it? This is my Giant shirt. This is probably the last week I'm going to wear a Giant shirt. I still have a little bit of hope.
Big week from League Neighbors this week.
Hope so.
Big week.
I hope so.
Over 5.5 catches, over 66 yards, anytime touchdown.
Burrow, Fields, or Caleb Williams?
Burrow.
Yeah.
And now this is a good A.J. Brown question because we don't love Pickens this week because of Surtain, Deontay Johnson, Brian Thomas, but he's got Jahan Dotson. So what should you do here?
I'd wait it out.
I'm going to go to Pickens. We can be worried about Pickens against Surtain. The number one way that guy makes plays is in contested catch style. We've seen him so many times. He's making plays like this. He's going backwards like this and all over the place. The defender's right on him. He's still making the play. I bet he makes at least one of those against Surtain.
Yeah, I want to see if he had the highest slot rate of his career in week 1 because it was very high for him. So I will look that up. But answer this question here. London, Dell, or Godwin? Non-PPR.
Godwin. Dell.
I would also lean Godwin.
Dell.
I get bothered by I've been telling people to sit Dell because they've had good options. I don't like sit. It's not sit Dell. But every time you sit Tank Dell, you're sitting one of the highest upside receivers in fantasy. He's going to have these huge games. It's going to be on people's benches. It's going to be really annoying, but he also is going to have some bad games. No, he had the second high. George Pickens had the second highest slot rate of his career in week 1 against the Falcons, 29.5%. Surtain won't follow him there, most likely. Let's see. Dak or Kyler Murray?
Kyler.
Dak.
Oh, we did that one. Okay, we need a flex and we need a super flex. St. Brown? Yeah. James Conner, Zach Moss, Brian Robinson, McLaurin, Caleb Williams.
So my favorite non-quarterback here is going to be Connor.
Well,
it's a one flex and one super flex. So St. Brown's in.
Yeah.
And so would I start Connor over Caleb Williams against the Texans?
Potentially without 2 of his receivers.
I'd like to know how much touchdowns count for. If all touchdowns are 6 points, I'll start Caleb. If it's 4 points, I think that's enough to say James Conner.
I'm St. Brown and Caleb.
By the way, what are we thinking about, guys like Swift? Dave, you mentioned Kmet earlier this week. But if Keenan Allen doesn't play, he had 11 targets last week. I'm not saying he's going to average 11 targets, but there's opportunities for other players to get more targets. Anybody emerging here in your rankings other than Moore? I know for Heath it's Moore.
No, I think it would be Moore. And then if Odunze is going to play, he would be the next one up. It sounds like Allen, even if he does play, is going to be pretty limited. Kmet would be the next guy up for me. I think he'll play a few more snaps than Gerald Everett, but I think the Bears will A, play at a slow pace, and B, use 2 tight ends quite frequently.
Swift had 1 target in week 1.
It was a little surprising. I thought that they'd get him significantly more involved.
Dell or David Montgomery in PPR?
Monty.
Yeah.
Okay, I like this one.
So I do you still care about zone versus man and what we saw in week 1?
To be honest with you, I didn't really care about it to begin with, but you can tell me. Go ahead.
Zone, just overall zone, was down from the year before.
Okay.
Thanks for laughing, Heath.
It was a funny. He said it was very funny.
Yeah, what I said it was well delivered lie.
Yeah, it's a good joke.
Spears or Dowdle, Palmer or Pittman.
Okay. Like, I know that Michael Pittman had a game where he scored fewer than 10 PPR fantasy points. And come on.
I already play the music, so it's Pittman. Spears or Dowdle?
If it's PPR, it's Spears.
Yeah, I'll go Spears, but ugh.
Captain's log. My team is circling the toilet bowl. I don't even know the impression. The only impression that I know is Ace Ventura doing his captain's log. That's
same
what I'm
here.
doing, basically.
Yeah.
Loud or Deontay Johnson, full PPR.
Deontay.
I will also say Deontay Johnson.
Last week, y'all said
the excitement of watching paint dry.
Wow, we said Ridley over Montgomery last week. Terrible. PPR pick 2, Dobbins, DJ, JMO, and then Seahawks or Browns?
I'll take Seattle's defense. And I will sit Dobbins.
I'm going to sit JMO.
Okay. Murray or Baker Mayfield? 4-point.
Murray.
Same.
I've been agonizing over this over Mayfield versus Goff, but I'm going to go with Goff. But
you asked me, and I told you. You asked Twitter, and they told you the same thing.
Goff.
Why don't you ask Dave? Maybe Thomas could do a YouTube poll.
No, let me just tell you my thoughts on Baker Mayfield. It's like there's with Goff, they get down to the 2-yard line. I think he has a pretty low chance of throwing a touchdown. With Mayfield, I don't feel that way. I feel like he's a much better chance than most quarterbacks. They don't really have that bull at the goal line. You know, what did Rachaad White have last year? Like 6 rushing touchdowns or something. So I think it's going to really bet. Like his goal line back is Mike Evans.
So, but you said you were going with Goff.
I am going with Goff. You know, if everyone in the world,
you just made the case for Mayfield.
I made the case, but that doesn't mean like I'm going with that. Like,
because that same thing was true last year, and Goff was better than Mayfield.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and Tampa Bay is, I think, still a worse pass defense. I don't know. Detroit's
right now, as they stand, they're a worse pass defense. That's true.
All right, Stafford or Burrow, 6-point per passing touchdown.
I have Stafford over Burrow.
Burrow.
Okay. Shaheed or Wan'Dale Robinson, PPR.
All the targets are going to Neighbors today. Shaheed.
I'm with you on this one, Shaheed.
Giants are going to score 10 points. This is Daniel Jones' last start. Pollard, Rachaad White, or Dobbins?
Pollard sits.
I would sit Dobbins.
PPR flex. Flowers, Pickens, Rachaad White. White.
Yeah, I'm not making the case for the other guys.
Half PPR, Jaleel, Spears, or Chuba?
It's Spears, but I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about any of those guys.
Half PPR. I will go with Chuba.
Full PPR. Alert. Pickens or Kirk?
Man posts his wedding photo and has alerts everywhere. That looks like Pickens to me.
I think this week, especially, it has to be Captain Kirk.
All right, Peppers. This one I just don't really get the emojis here. I appreciate them. We did this last week. Bengals fan needs some luck. London, Neighbors, Godwin, Charbonnet.
Just one?
I guess so.
I think Godwin's the one.
It's Charbonnet for me, I think.
Yeah, it's one of those two for me. Olave, Godwin, Charbonnet. Yeah, we got some tough Charbonnet calls this week.
I'm going Godwin again. All these full PPR flex questions, I'm gonna land on Godwin frequently.
Charbonnet.
High scoring game, plenty of targets. Look like his old self. That's a great thing.
Charbonnet wasn't that good last year when he was replacing Walker. I think we should bring that up.
He had that amazing game against Dallas.
I mean, it was an amazing game because he scored a touchdown and he had a 39-yard catch. It was 16 fantasy points, but or I think 16.9. But he averaged in those 3 games. He averaged 3.1, 3.4, and 3.2 yards per carry. So that was weird.
But yeah, I think the more optimistic way to look at it is I believe he averaged 13 fantasy points per game in 3 losses to the Cowboys, Rams, and 49ers when he averaged 3.1 yards per carry, basically. Like if he can be that efficient in losses against good defenses, he ought to be okay against the Patriots.
Yeah, and he had 21, 18, and 20 touches. So I think it's really hard to turn that down, a potential 20-touch running back.
How in the world do we have 330 likes with over 3,800 people watching?
Okay, Heath, you set the number. We're not answering any more questions until we get blank likes.
Let's go 750. 750. I'm trying to be kind to start. This number is going up later. But 750 for right now, that would be what, 20% of the people watching, liking? That's a very low bar. We're almost a third of the way through the show.
Oh, wow. We're already at 5:35. So we'll get there pretty soon. But we're not answering another question until that. until we get to 750 likes. And I'd like to get to 2,000. I don't know that we've ever gotten to 2,000 likes. So let's see if we can do that today. These have been fun streams so far on Sunday. Week fun was great. Week poo so far, great too. Oh, 789 likes.
Was week fun was great here. Wasn't necessarily great in terms of the fantasy production.
Dreadful. From Seabass. Pick one. Neighbors Harrison Jr. or Devontae Smith.
Devontae.
That's the thing we maybe didn't talk about yet. Are you moving Devontae up on the potential that he might be Jalen Hurts' #1 wide receiver? I did just a little bit. He'd be ahead of these guys anyway, but I'm starting Devontae.
Man, I wish I had the number in front of me. I want to say he's probably averaged close to 20 points per game when either Goddard or AJ Brown has been out. With AJ Brown out, it was like the playoff game. It was 8 catches for 148 yards on 12 targets at Tampa Bay. It was a 32-9 loss, but for what it's worth, he's been awesome. Ayuk or Neighbors?
Ayuk.
I think I have Neighbors higher.
Con. That's how they say it, right?
Con.
JSN or Demarcus Robinson?
Say no.
Does that mean you're saying JSN or you're saying no to JSN?
So I'm saying no to JSN. I'm starting Demarcus Robinson.
Okay. So for Heath, if he says JSN, that means start JSN. If he says just say no, it means start the other guy.
Is that what just say no means?
I guess. Just say no to starting JSN.
Lazard or me?
Do we get points for beard?
I would go with Adams.
Does Lazard have a beard? Did he mean Devontae Adams? If he meant Devontae Adams, then I would say Devontae Adams.
Well, okay, but what if it's Lazard or Adam Thielen?
Then it's Lazard.
Yeah.
Okay. Grizzly Adams did have a beard. I think we answered this. Tony Pollard. Easy.
I don't know if it's that easy.
It was for Heath.
Yes.
Christian Watson or Keenan Allen? Oof.
Oh, boy. Just play Watson.
Here's a blast from the past if I can find it.
Is there? Yeah, I guess. Probably.
Let's see if I can find this quote here. You can answer the question, though.
Break loser.
Wait for AJ Brown or play one of those guys?
I would play Najee. I like what we should get from Najee today. I think he's got a shot at another 20 touches. I talked right over it.
Yeah, that's okay. I give me a break, loser. There we go.
I can't remember what I did to upset you to get you to say that.
Me either.
I'm guessing it had something to do with either Daniel Jones or Carson Wentz. Najee.
Probably. It's a safe bet. Okay, let's start 2 here in PPR. Robinson and Dell.
I'm going to go with McLaurin over Dell.
I don't know that I want to start 2 commanders.
Against the Giants, I'm okay starting 2 commanders.
If Malik Neighbors doesn't have 150 yards and a touchdown, I'm not sure they throw 15 passes.
What? Wait, so you're saying who are you picking?
I'm going Robinson and Dell like you. I'm afraid that Terry's going to be in another one of these games where there's like 16 pass attempts.
Yeah. Jamo or Aaron Jones, PPR?
Jones.
I'll take Jameson.
We have reached the 12 o'clock hour. We're going to reset a little bit here. We're at 1,000 likes. We're at 4,000 people.
Hey, hi, everybody.
We're setting record. I don't know if this is a record. Schaefer, I don't know if you have the record for the most concurrent streams, but we'll see. We'll see if we can look it up. This could be.
I noticed 8 people left as soon as you said that. I don't think you should talk about like this is the most people that ever watched because then people like they're taking off.
Yeah, they are. Oh boy, 4,023. All right. Well, we had a moment there where it was great. Hit that like button. I want to get to 2,000 likes at some point today. We'll reset with the major storylines. Christian McCaffrey's on IR and apparently could miss 6 weeks. So before we, who knows? It could be more than that. Before we go any farther, who would you rather have rest of season? Jordan Mason or Christian McCaffrey?
McCaffrey.
Why is everyone leaving? Like we have lost like 100 people since I opened my
because
mouth.
You're resetting and not answering questions.
Well, that's okay. These are important things. I try to make a trade offer for Jordan Mason last
We're here to serve the people, not give the news.
It was turned down. But AJ Brown, what are we doing about AJ Brown, Dave?
We're going to wait.
Oh, he's out. He's out. Wow.
We're not going to wait.
Don't wait.
He has been
Don't
ruled
wait anymore. He's not going to play. It was unlikely that he was going to play. Where are you hearing that he's out from?
just from Mike Garafolo.
Well, you're saying that like it's not a good source.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't know the Twitter account, but that's just citing him. But just on one of the Sleeper app has, per Mike Garafolo, AJ Brown has been downgraded to out. So we should confirm this 100%. But if somebody wants to do that.
Oh, I got one that's even better. Evan Engram sustained a hamstring in pregame warmups and has been ruled out.
What?
That's according to the official Jaguars. John Oser is one of their beat reporters.
Wow.
I'm not messing around. He's their senior writer. He works for the Jaguars. He's covered the team forever. He just tweeted 30 seconds ago, Evan Engram sustained a hamstring in pregame warmups and has been ruled out.
Now I have to figure out which league I have Evan Engram in.
Gotta go back and set your lineups.
You have him in our god-awful matchup in FFT.
What the heck are we doing here? Can we just forfeit?
You're going to have to drop Tyler Johnson to pick up a tight end.
The two of us, Heath, have Christian McCaffrey, T. Higgins, Puka Nacua, AJ Brown. This is just garbage here. All right. Okay, wonderful. Well, this certainly is. Now the Brian Thomas fantasy managers, the Christian Kirk, maybe even Gabe Davis if you need a sleeper wide receiver. This could certainly help there. All right, we'll answer some questions as they come in. Brian Robinson.
I need to pick up Colby Parkinson and put Christian McCaffrey on IR.
Fun. Isn't fantasy fun?
Not
I'm starting Brian Robinson over Charbonnet.
Like 2 seconds before me. Are you kidding me? Yes. Give me a break, loser. Oh, that sucks, man. That was 100% who I was going to pick up. That is such a dirty move, but great move. That was actually a really clever move. Good job. Oh, what am I going to do?
Make a trade, Heath.
Trade.
I'll give you this guy. You give me your best player. Give him an Azer trade offer.
Brian Robinson or Zach Charbonnet?
I already answered this.
Dave, do you like Dalton Schultz or Mike Gesicki?
I'm not sure if Schultz is going to play. I think he's going to play. Gesicki is kind of a little more fun, but I hate them both with the passion of 400 Suns.
Yeah, very clever, Heath. I just picked up Gesicki while you were asking Dave that. So, what are we doing here? Dowdle.
Hold on, Heath. You're not picking them up and then dropping them, right?
No.
You're not doing, because that's not the right thing to do.
No, that'd be illegal.
You can't do that, right?
This is a pathetic lineup for week 2. Holy cow! What a pathetic lineup this is. 3 of my best players on bench.
Did you say pathetic?
Week poo. Dowdle, Javonte are likely.
How about Tucker Kraft as a sleeper tight end this week? I think he's going to get the woodpecker.
Are you kidding? Packers tight end
Javonte Williams.
You're desperate at this point for a tight end, and he's playing a lot for them.
I got Gesicki. It's fine. It's great.
He might lead the team with 35 yards.
Neighbors, Cooper, or no, AJ Brown's out.
Cooper.
Neighbors.
Charbonnet or Dell?
Zach.
Yeah.
All the wind has been let out of my sails right now. Akins, Fant, or Gesicki?
Who knew that Evan Engram would do that to you? Oh, boy, this is tough. Akins did play a lot last week for Cleveland. I'm going to say Gesicki, but the Akinator is second on mine.
I will go with Fant.
Yeah, if you have Engram, you need to do something. Like, this is not necessarily going to be a 1-week injury here, so you should go pick up a tight end. Fant has they have a good matchup next week.
How do I not have Engram in one of my leagues? How did I end up here?
I don't know if that's a good matchup. No, all right. Did we confirm that AJ Brown is out?
The Eagles said so.
And do we trust them?
I'll call them up.
They're not the 49ers.
All right, so I'm not going to answer any more AJ Brown questions. Let's get some new ones here. Mason or Olave, Burrow or Stafford?
I think I can't help myself but say Mason over Olave, and I'll take Stafford over Burrow.
I'm going Olave and Burrow, so Adam, you should maybe break the tie.
I'm going with Mason and Burrow. What did Dave say?
I said Mason and Stafford.
So none of us said the same thing.
No. The majority of the 3 of us is Mason and Stafford.
You're going Stafford over Burrow?
No, I said Burrow. Adam said
Burrow.
Burrow.
I'm sorry, Mason and Burrow.
Okay, Mason and Burrow. Pick 2 running backs: Dobbins, Swift, Brian Robinson, and Montgomery.
I will take Robinson and Dobbins.
Dobbins and Montgomery.
You're not believing Brian Robinson.
Drop Zach Moss for Charbonnet. Wow.
Yeah.
But yes, also.
You would do that? No, we're dropping, not sitting.
I get it.
I would not do that.
We don't know how long Kenneth Walker's going to be out for.
There was a report that he could play next. Oh, no, there wasn't a report. It was a Twitter doctor. I
think this one really comes down to whether you were a Zach Moss person or not. I've never been excited about Zach Moss in this season.
I've never been excited about Zach Moss in this season. Okay, but after week 1, he was the third down back. He was the goal line back. He was the lead running back for the Bengals. Like we didn't know going in. We saw it in week 1, so I don't know that you can just maybe things will be a little bit different in week 2, but you can't just shut the door on Zach Moss.
Yeah, I'm not shutting the door on him.
You're kind of shutting the door.
I think Chase Brown will eventually be the best running back there. Slam.
McLaurin or McConkey?
McLaurin.
Cooper, Montgomery, PPR.
I think I still have Cooper ahead of Montgomery.
Yeah. I'm sorry if I seem distracted. I am looking for Evan Engram in all of my leagues to make sure I have him in a lot of leagues. I didn't even realize this. I have him in at least 3 leagues. Wow. Okay.
I have him in none. I don't like it. It's just as mystifying to me that you've got him in so many as it is that I have him in 0 of my leagues.
Jeez.
Although right now I'm pretty happy about it.
Zay Flowers, Brian Thomas, and Ford. We need 2.
I'm not sitting Ford. I think I might sit Zay.
You know what's really amazing, Dave?
What's that?
I also have Evan Engram in 0 leagues. 2016, 0 Evan Ingrams. Is this number 0?
No, it's 17.
But his 0 is going to be the number of fantasy points he scores this week.
That's correct. I have Flowers over Thomas in my rankings.
Flowers over Thomas. Yeah, I would go Ford and Flowers.
I am updating Jacksonville's projections as we speak.
What do you got?
Well, I'm not done yet, but it's coming.
Okay.
It's a big win for Christian Kirk, really.
I'm going to sit Dobbins.
It should be.
I'm going to sit Dobbins here.
What a name on this.
I don't really believe that's your real name.
Yeah, Dobbins is my sit as well.
Parkinson or Freiermuth?
Parkinson.
I kind of want to say Parkinson, yeah.
All right. Rod Godwin, Montgomery, Lockett, Moss, or Shaheed?
I like Godwin and Montgomery.
I do too. How crazy is this? Is Christian Kirk a top 12 wide receiver?
Maybe for you he is. He won't be anywhere near there for me.
Yeah. The guy that I share the FFT league with just texted me. Evan Engram out with an injury. I have to text him back. Already took care of it with Mike Gesicki. We're good, man.
In Gesicki, we trust.
He's actually this guy. So Brandon, who donated to St. Jude to be in the league.
Yeah.
He went to the Dolphins game on Thursday and then drove up to Jacksonville for the Jaguars game today.
Oh, fun. That's a cool thing.
To watch some football. Yeah, very cool.
He should have stayed in South Florida on Saturday and spend 9 hours at Hard Rock Stadium to watch the Miami Hurricanes against Ball State.
DJ Moore, Devin Singletary. That's DJ Moore. Devontae Smith or Nico Collins?
How did you know that we were going to say DJ Moore for that?
Devontae Smith. I love Nico, but I'm going Smith here. Like, you want to talk about Christian Kirk moving up? Devontae Smith might be like wide receiver 5.
Could be.
Yeah, I need to update my Eagles projections next.
Did you ever finish your projections?
Yeah, I've got Christian Kirk at. Sorry, I've got too many tabs open, Dave. This is not.
I know the feeling. I've been there.
It's 74 yards.
Okay.
For Devontae?
For Kirk. I've got him at 14.7 PPR fantasy points, which does make him wide receiver 12.
Am I the only one going Devontae here? I'm sorry.
No, I'll go Devontae too.
All right. Jerome Ford or Marvin Harrison, I saw.
Ford.
And
I am annoyed with myself over Jerome Ford, and I'm nervous that every time I say Ford, I'm going to be totally wrong on him. But the dude is going to get a lot of work, and the matchup isn't that bad. He's going to get a lot of catches.
Also, like if you were on the fence about Dallas Goedert, you should be probably starting him this week.
Yeah.
Also,
There you
Yeah.
go.
Oh, he moved up in my rankings.
Like ahead of Likely. I don't know if he was ahead of Likely.
Yes, he was. He's ahead of Likely.
Okay, Ridley, Dobbins, or Worthy at flex?
I think I have Dobbins ranked the highest of the three.
yeah, Dobbins.
Pickens, where are you? Pickens. Oh God. Tank Dell or Dobbins? Sorry, many questions.
What was that?
Well, I was gonna click on one and it disappeared. Tank Dell or Dobbins?
It's Dell and PPR, Dobbins and non. Let me double check.
Yeah.
Okay. Traded away Cup for Breece Hall. What do you guys think of that?
I think that's a great way to acquire Breece Hall. If we were redrafting today, would you take Cup ahead of Breece?
No.
No.
Gabe,
They're both first rounders, but
it's like this guy's asked the question so many times. Every time I try to click on something, I click on McConkey or
kick him out of the league.
No, it's fine. Harrison Jr. or McConkey. Come on, Harrison. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm going.
Yes, Marv.
Tyler Johnson or Calvin Ridley?
Ridley.
Should I sit Diggs for Kirk? Oh, that is a cute baby. Look at that baby.
I would.
Hold on.
Take my word.
Cute baby.
Beautiful.
I have a bow like that I wear sometimes. I'd stick with Diggs.
Dell or Worthy? Dell for me.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I've got Dell 2 spots ahead of Worthy.
And the guys are scrambling a bit because I think they're adjusting their rankings.
Correct.
For Smith, for the Jaguars guys. So I'll do my best to fill in.
You adjust your rankings for a second, Dave. I will answer, and then we'll switch.
That's a great call. Thank you.
Okay. Yes.
All right. Godwin for Montgomery. No, I would rather have Godwin.
I would rather have Godwin in full PPR. I'd take Monty and everything else.
Okay. Taysom Hill or Dallas
Goedert for sure.
Zach Moss or Javonte Williams was a question I missed clicking on.
Moss.
Oh, wow. I'm happy you did that. Neighbors, London, Dobbins or Brob? One guy.
Rob.
Yeah, we like Robinson. Should be a good week for him.
But we have Dobbins ahead of. I mean, I was just saying who Brob was.
Oh.
I would start Dobbins over B-Rob.
I would start Robinson, but that's fair. I just did that one. Sorry,
it's
Brian.
Start of the week, right?
He is, but I think Brian Robinson could have been the start of the week. Brian Thomas or J.K. Dobbins?
Dobbins.
Jayden Reed or George Pickens?
Pickens.
Dobbins or Charbonnet?
That is going to be Charbonnet for sure.
Are you dropping Jalen Hurts at all in your rankings?
Not enough to where you would have somebody to start over him.
Keenan Allen or JSN? I think you got to go JSN here. Unfortunately.
I mean, it just depends. If you don't have anybody else, then yes, you do.
Yeah, you could try to pick up Dotson, I guess, but we don't even know that Dotson's going to be the guy that steps up there. So maybe Darnell Mooney's available. I don't know what his roster percentage is.
Ray McLeod. You know who he plays for, Adam?
I do, yeah. He's on the Falcons, so I've been told. Half PPR, Pittman or Metcalf?
Pittman for me.
Zamir White or Cortland Sutton?
I really feel like this could be just an awful Zamir White game. I'm going to go Sutton.
All right. DJ Moore or George Pickens? Going DJ Moore there.
For sure.
Burrow or Goff?
Goff.
I'm pizza. Pizza for me and Mayfield for me, even in 4-point.
Definitely wings for me and Mayfield.
All right. Well, at least we agree on something. Dude, chicken parm with vodka sauce. I had it again. I mean, I had it on Friday night. it was one of the best. It is the best. It is taking chicken parm to another level, a less healthy level, I'll acknowledge, but it is the best. Just get it. Caleb Williams or Trevor Lawrence in PPR this
So
year.
the vodka sauce is making the bread, chicken parm is breaded chicken, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not just breaded, it's like fried and
right. So, but if the vodka sauce is the problem?
No, it's not the problem. It's what makes it that much better. It's incredible. Vodka sauce, I never had it before. Always marinara. Vodka sauce on a chicken parm. I'm so excited to eat the leftovers as soon as this is done. In fact, I'm out of here. What are we doing here? Caleb
Trevor.
We have 1.3K likes. We have over 4,400 viewers right now. I don't see a reason why we can't get to 2,000 likes today, but we're not answering any more questions until we get to 1.5K likes, 1,500 likes, and then we'll answer some more questions here. And we thank you all for joining us. I'm still scanning my leagues. I have Jordan to see how many leagues I have Evan Engram in. I have Jordan Akins now replacing him.
Every time you find one, can you do 6? Like the count?
Yeah, right now I'm on 3 leagues. Evan Engram. Oh, this is a stat. This is a team named Azer Stats Are My Love Language, but that's not actually me. So don't have him there. I'm thinking we're going to be done at 3. Don't have him there. And then we don't have him in our leftovers league team. Woof.
I told you, like, just going through my lineups, I have a couple of teams that look pretty good this week, but there's a lot of teams that it's just like, good gosh, that's awful. How is it only week 2?
Now, you and I were big on Higgins. In this league that I just referenced, we have Higgins and McCaffrey, which is not your only league with Higgins and McCaffrey. We're up to 1.5. Let's do it. Devin.
No, I might go winless in the FFT Open.
We have neighbors. You'll be fine. Singletary, Tony Pollard, Justin Hill.
Pollard.
Allen Lazard or Jaylen Warren or Colby Parkinson.
I'm going Lazard.
Not that there's an obvious answer here, because that's probably the right call. But a word of caution to everyone who picked up Lazard. He was maybe our most added player. Mike Williams barely played. He played like 8 snaps. They're going to work him in. Just saying. Just throwing that out there. Eric, Brian Thomas Jr. or Chris Godwin?
Godwin.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know how. We got a lot of Godwin questions here. You got to have a really good option to sit Chris Godwin. What is he for you in PPR?
Wide receiver 15, maybe?
In a blowout win against the Commanders. The Commanders are, they might have the worst pass defense in football. But in a blowout win, he led the team in targets. He led the team in catches. He led the team in yards. He had 2 more targets than Evans. Evans, of course, had the extra touchdown. By the way, if you're just joining us, no A.J. Brown. He's been ruled out. No Evan Engram. He's been ruled out with a pregame injury. That's a tough one here. Pittman or Kamara or Brian Thomas?
Kamara.
Jameson. Why did I say it like that? Jameson Williams or Demarcus Robinson?
It is Jameson Williams. And I guess I can't move Dallas Scott. I wanted to move him up in my tight end rankings, but I guess I can't move him ahead of Dalton Kincaid. I think he's going to outscore Dalton Kincaid now.
That was better? Yeah, I would say so. Etienne or Charbonnier?
Charbonnier.
That's a tough one. Yeah. All right, I support it. Lazard or Palmer?
I'm going Lazard.
Okay. Bowers or Deontay Johnson was the question I meant to click on.
Deontay.
And then we've got Jayden Reed, Lazard, Palmer, or Sutton. A lot of Lazard questions.
Sutton.
I guess when you're the most added player. McBride or Kittle?
Full PPR, I'm going McBride.
Chase Brown or Javonte Williams?
Javonte.
All right. We need it. Oh, these are better options than the garbage I'm dealing with. Taysom Hill, Pat Freiermuth, Schoonmaker, or Gesicki?
Non-PPR, it's Hill. PPR, it's Gesicki.
Adams, Pollard, or Dell?
Dell.
Over Adams. Interesting. Okay. Akins or Colby Parkinson?
Parkinson.
Yeah. Okay. Obviously, we're getting tight end questions here. People are scrambling.
Yes.
So who's the best tight end? I can give you the roster percentages if you.
Colby Parkinson is the answer.
Well, what about the Saints guys if they're available?
Parkinson's ahead of both of them. Always was. And now Foster Moreau's back, so I don't even like Jawan Johnson as much as I did.
Okay, other options if you can't get Kobe Parkinson. Freiermuth is 76% rostered. You want Parkinson or Freiermuth? You want Freiermuth? Parkinson.
I want Gesicki over Freiermuth too.
Cole Kmet.
I do not want him.
Zach Ertz.
Not really, no.
Tyler Conklin.
So I'm going to go with Parkinson, Fant, Gesicki would be my top 3 options. Hunter Henry, Jawan Johnson would probably be my next 2.
So it's only 8% rostered.
So that should pretty much solve all your problems.
There you go. Perfect. Purdy or Fields?
Purdy in 6, Fields in 4.
Okay. 1.6K likes. I like it. Let's keep it going, everybody.
Good job.
Pick 2 from Rock. Oh, I was going to sing it, but no, I'm not going to do it, Roxanne. I think people have been doing that to you your whole life, so I'm sorry. Collins, Worthy, London. Pick 2.
I am sitting Worthy.
Yeah. If Worthy has another big game and London has another bad game, then we can revisit this in week 3. We've got, we did this one. Sorry. Let's see. Brian Thomas or Ladd McConkey. So I keep missing it.
Ladd.
These questions, they fly in so fast. I'm just going to randomly click. Cooper, Montgomery, or Mark Andrews, Tank Dell, PPR.
Cooper.
Making Heath's head spin. Okay, we got Sutton or Dortch.
Sutton.
Dobbins, Montgomery. Oh, we did this one. Oh, we did. That's okay. We'll do it again. What do you like?
Montgomery.
And I liked Robinson. McConkey or McMillan?
McConkey.
What is it? Oh, God. I clicked on spam. Yikes.
Kick him out of the chat.
It's hard. We get so many questions here that it's like I only get one shot at it. Okay. Seems like Lee had A.J. Brown and Keenan Allen. Pick 2 from that group.
Pittman and probably Pitts.
Okay. This is from Marcus. Seems very panicked.
Yeah.
Pick 2, Diggs, Harrison, McLaurin, Pittman.
I am going to go with Pittman and Diggs.
Christian Kirk or Amari Cooper?
Kirk.
Christian Kirk or Jameson Williams?
Kirk.
Adam's toilet paper rolls off the back. I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Which way do you have the toilet paper roll?
Oh, the front. Oh my gosh. I would never. You could say a lot of things about me. I would never roll it off the back. That is a horrible thing. Kirk or Pickens?
Kirk for me.
Pickens or McConkey?
All right, I'll be back.
Pickens. Go ahead, Heath. And sorry for taking so long. I had a massive problem with my stupid rankings.
That is okay.
Good. I'm ready to answer some questions. Let's roll.
Pickens, the winner there. Start 2 out of this group. Worthy, Dobbins, Mason, Cooper.
Mason's got to be there, and I believe Cooper is next up for me.
Dobbins, Neighbors, or Brian Robinson Jr.?
I got to start one of those guys. I think I'm taking Neighbors.
All right. I'm still going Brian Robinson Jr.
I get it, but Neighbors has the most upside, especially against Washington. Man, that defense is in bad shape.
Hey, bada bing, bada boom. I'm not going to read your comment on the air. I think it's like a little, it's like kind of borderline. And I know you're a good dude. You don't mean anything by it, but I know I want to answer your questions because you're a dedicated listener or a viewer, but just going to steer away.
Stop the show for one guy.
Well, I'm just saying. He keeps
Devontae, not Drake.
Yeah, Devontae.
I'm really worried about Cousins. From watching the film from that game, man, he doesn't look right. His throws don't look right. Here's another stat. There were a bunch of routes that London ran. He got open on 11 of I want to say 28. He was open. And by the time he got open on those 11 routes, Cousins was going in a different direction on 9 of them.
Yeah, he was getting the ball out so quickly.
Yeah, that's the problem if it takes you a while to run your route.
Quarterback I watched that I did not think looked bad or injured. I'm interested in your thoughts was Burrow. Yeah. I didn't think
I just think
he was hampered.
It was a situational mess for Cincinnati.
Yeah, but I don't think mine and Dave's official position is that based on what we saw, Joe Burrow's wrist was not the problem in week 1.
Correct.
Safety. Yeah,
I would agree. His line was a bigger issue, and his team fumbling returns was an issue. It was a bad game for Cincinnati. They did not look right. The first 2 names are who I'm starting here for MM.
It's funny because I thought the line was an issue too, but New England had one of the lower pressure rates in week 1, which I think is a little subjective. You go to 2 different websites and look at pressure rate, and it's going to be different.
It's true.
I did think the line was an issue there. And they were missing one of their starting tackles, granted a rookie. Chuba Hubbard or Austin Eckler, half PPR.
I believe I have Eckler higher.
We got this group. Pick 2. Ooh, pizza.
Oh, I love pizza. Metcalf, Brian Thomas Jr. It's going to be the first 2 for me.
You can do better than a pepperoni. I mean, I know that you don't get to pick the emojis, but
what would you put on your emoji pizza?
I would put grilled chicken and
this is on the emoji.
Grilled chicken. Yeah.
I'm not asking you what you want for lunch.
I would put some olives on there.
Pepperoni's fine for an emoji slice.
Gabe Davis or Greg Dortch?
Do you think vegetarians use the pepperoni emoji?
No, I think they're disgusted by it.
I'll take Dortch.
How about Jameson Williams or Brian Thomas?
I'm very bullish on Jameson Williams keeping up what he's doing.
Okay. Got Rodgers, Burrow, or Mayfield. Then we'll read this one.
Rodgers, Burrow, Mayfield. I'll start Baker. And I'm sitting 2 of these guys. I'm going to sit London and Ramondre.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jaleel McLaughlin or Jahan Dotson?
I hate them both, but Dotson's got a better opportunity.
Okay. Vegetarian pizza lover will use pepperoni on emoji. Thank you, Dinesh.
All right. Appreciate that. That's
nice.
nice.
Reason, Dinesh.
Someone's paying attention. I like it.
T-Mac, Dobbins, Charbonnet, Olave.
Why am I blanking on T-Mac?
Terry McLaurin.
Oh, McLaurin.
Tracy McGrady.
Yeah, I was about to say, how can you sit a Hall of Famer? Olave and Charbonnet.
Tracy McGrady is not a Hall of Famer, is he?
He's in the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame.
Oh, wow. They'll honest, like Tracy McGrady is great, but this is necessarily about him. They'll put anyone in the Basketball Hall of Fame. It is very low standard for the Basketball Hall of Fame.
I mean, Danny Ainge, right?
Is he in the Basketball Hall of Fame?
I'm asking you. What do you think?
Well, now I think he is. But he was, a good executive. But pineapple on pizza, agreed. Jayden Daniels or Anthony Richardson?
I would say Richardson.
Joe Burrow or Fields?
Danny Ainge was inducted into the Oregon Sports Hall of Fame.
Dikembe Mutombo is in the Hall of Fame. Like that is that's the one that gets me. It's like
I'm starting Burrow over Fields.
What is the equivalent of Dikembe Mutombo? The football equivalent of that? I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. Burrow over Fields.
Defensive back that goes like this every time they
like a very good player, a Pro Bowler, but come on, a Hall of Famer. Come on, Cooper or Marvin Harrison?
Marvin.
Like Adam Thielen being in the Hall of Fame. Okay.
He'll be in the Minnesota Hall of Fame.
We're desperate for a super flex.
Yeah, that's desperate. I'd start Levis.
Mutombo was a defensive guru. He was, but he wasn't a Hall of Famer. Spears, Dowdle, or Justice Hill?
Justice Hill.
Justice Hill question I've seen today.
Yeah, and I get people going after Hill after what happened last week, but that was when the Ravens were trailing. I think they're going to be winning today, so I don't think Hill will do that well. I will take the chance on Spears over Hill.
Zay Flowers or Brian Thomas?
I think I have Thomas ranked higher.
Oh, love barbecue chicken pizza. That's a great one.
My daughter loves that too.
Yeah. You ever been to CPK?
Yeah, not blown away by it.
Great barbecue chicken pizza.
I have Flowers and Thomas back-to-back. Flowers one spot ahead.
All right, we need 2 in PPR. Jamo, Jacobs, Pollard, Diggs, Pickens, Reed.
I think I will take, let me double check it in my rankings. Jameson's going to be up there for me. I do have Jacobs ahead of Steph Diggs.
Airbnb Azer, yes. Love Airbnb. Drop Lazard for Dotson or start Lazard?
I'm worried about Dotson not being a factor against Atlanta, so I'll stick with Lazard. As gross as that is.
Okay, we need 2 here. Cooper, Kirk, DeMarcus.
I'm sitting DeMarcus.
Yeah, Roxanne is asking me, I'm trying to click on it, that I live in New York City and I go to CPK. Okay, I don't live in New York City, but I worked in New York City for a while for CBS, and there was a CPK like 5 blocks away. And yes, I did used to go there. It's very good. Warren or Josh Palmer?
Heath, if I had taken you to California Pizza Kitchen for your first taste of New York pizza, A, it would have been better than where I actually did take you, but B, how disappointed would you have been?
I would have a much higher current opinion of New York pizza than I currently do.
I kind of ruined Heath on New York pizza.
Yeah, that's a shame. That's really hard to do. Warren or Palmer, PPR?
I will start Palmer.
Yeah.
And then he's the kind of guy that even if he goes to New York and has the best pizza ever, he'll be like, what he'll say.
I don't know if that's true.
You're so dug in at this point. Olave or London, Debo, Mason, Kamara.
Olave over London, and I will sit. Wow. I think I'm sitting Kamara. Half PPR. I think I'm sitting Kamara.
Yeah, half I will.
All right, loser. And
do you have an all-time favorite pizza place?
No.
Do you?
Maybe you're just not like jazzed by pizza.
I love pizza. I love Detroit style. I love Chicago style. I'm not a huge I'm just not, that style of pizza is not in my top.
What's Detroit style?
Pan with layer of red sauce on top.
And square.
Yes, square pans.
Okay. 1.7K likes. Can we please, we got 20 minutes left. Can we please get to 2,000 likes? I'll keep reading your questions, but it would be wonderful if we can get there. Aaron Jones or Tony Pollard?
Jones for me.
Pollard for me.
Where's the mustache? Yeah, I'm just waiting for the right time. Like the mustache doesn't look good enough. It's not embarrassing enough. So I'm growing everything out and we'll get there hopefully this week.
Would you debut the mustache on our 100 question episode that we promised our audience?
I think that's a great idea. But, you know, I don't know when are we doing that. When are we doing that?
I think we should let the audience decide.
Okay. Double tight end play.
Oh,
wait.
What happened?
Nothing.
Likely Andrews Pickens.
You can't do that, though.
Yeah, you really can't.
I'm
having some struggles here. Get used to it, okay? I'm going to be setting all of my lineups and changing my rankings while answering the questions. I'm going to make weird sounds.
Well, you sound like Scott Fish when he gets sniped in a mock draft.
We're here.
I would go Andrews and Pickens.
I would agree.
Heath, what's your problem? Like, we can talk about it here. It's a safe space.
No, I actually can't talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Do you need to go?
Oh, he's typing it to us. Okay, we'll find out. Calvin Ridley or Greg Dortch?
Ridley.
Okay. Singletary or Javonte Williams?
Singletary.
Javonte.
Loaded baked potato pizza. That's interesting.
I would try it.
Sit 2 in half PPR. Charbonnet Diggs 4. Dobby, and MHJ.
Dobby. Diggs gets a sit.
You get
Dobbins gets a sit.
Marv gets a sit. Dobby gets a sit. No, half PPR. Sit Diggs and Marvin.
Wow. Charbonnet or DJ Moore?
I'll take Zach.
Oh, please. Yeah, of course Dan thinks that.
What is New Jersey pizza?
I don't know. It's probably the same.
I figured it was just like New York pizza. It was just a lot cheaper.
New Haven pizza. Yeah, there's a place in New Haven that's apparently amazing. I've never been there. London Dell, Godwin Flowers. Sit one of them.
I'm sitting Zay. Zayu.
I agree.
Zay. Okay. Taysom Hill or Jordan Akins PPR?
Until week 3.
Taysom.
Agreed.
Pick up Taysom, Rico, Bucky, or Shaheed to stash. Oh. I'm going to go Dowdle.
Who are you going? Dowdle is their stash?
Yeah.
I like all these guys as stashes. Reek, I'm going to say Taysom just because of the tight end position eligibility.
Okay. Kirk or Ridley? Well, the Jaguars told you what they thought.
Yeah.
Bucky, Warren, or Dowdle, PPR?
Ooh.
Warren.
I have Warren atop those three.
I'm trying very hard to get the Guten Tag question here. I keep trying to click. There he is. Nope. Just.
Do you ever scroll to the bottom, Adam, and then scroll up just a little bit and notice that it doesn't keep scrolling?
Yeah.
So that's what you should do. Find the question you like and then scroll up a tad.
Chicago pizza for the win. London.
There we go. Agreed.
Who are you sitting?
I'm sitting London.
Man, flip a coin between London and Harrison. I'd probably sit Harrison.
One wide receiver and a flex from this group. I'm going to go with the guys I drafted in round 2.
Olave and full PPR. Olave and Neighbors.
Olave and
actually,
Neighbors.
Yep.
Let's go Neighbors.
Yeah.
Big Neighbors guy.
Oh, are we how big? Not there. I'm going with the running backs here.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like Bizarro week. Oh, start 2, Etienne, Neighbors, Charbonnet. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I got to get Neighbors in there with Etienne.
I am so hungry. This.
Listen, you gave us time to go and take care of stuff. Do you want us to?
No, it's okay.
Run the show for 15 minutes?
No, I think my lineups are good too. It's funny to have an IDP league where you're waiting for the inactives for some linebacker that's like going to get 4 tackles. This one's getting red. Go Canes, Deontay or DeMarcus.
Hey, good doctor. Wait a minute. I told you what I thought about this one.
Deontay.
That's what I said.
Okay. Zeke or Jayden Reed, half PPR. It's a funny name, by the way. Citizen Carson.
I'm going with Reed. Okay. I know his quarterback is terrible.
Did you say I don't have the stones? Is that what you were going to say?
I was gonna. I don't have the
You
stones.
do have the stones to start a wide receiver catching balls from Malik Willis.
I do.
Those are big. Those are.
You can also get handoffs from Malik Willis, and Willis can complete like a 5-yard pass.
Yeah. Over under 100 yards.
For a touchdown, he's terrible.
What do you think his actual prop is? Probably the lowest one I've ever seen.
134 and a half.
No, it's got to be more than that.
134 and a half is what Adam says.
I'll say 159 and a half.
Holy cow, it's 171 and a half.
Oh, I'm going under.
That feels like he's never thrown for 100 yards in a game.
Print money.
And if he's really terrible, do they make the move to Sean Clifford? Which is kind of the move they should have made. This is, by the way, today is the 20th day that Malik Willis has been a part of the Green Bay Packers.
Today.
The funny thing is he's at 171. None of the wide receivers have a number over 32.
It almost feels like a trap, doesn't it? We're going to come on the show tonight and be like, oh, wow, 235 yards and 4 interceptions for Malik Neighbors.
Okay, let's read some more questions here. Let's get to 2,000 likes, folks. I appreciate 4,300 people here. That is great. I'm loving this. I hope you all are enjoying it. Today is the day my question gets answered. Yes, it is. Even though you're a bad guy. Sit 2 in half PPR here. Sit 2.
That's too many names.
Too many abbreviations.
I'm sitting Marv.
Too many limes. Dobbins is definitely going to sit for me.
Marvin Harrison and Dobbins.
I think maybe Marvin with him. Yeah.
Wait, who are you sitting, Heath?
Brian Robinson and Marvin.
Okay. Oh, wow, Heath, you made an enemy.
Okay.
Yep. Sorry.
Oh no.
Shouldn't have dissed pizza. New York pizza by a mile. Deontay.
We got a terrible thing. My parents have not figured out waivers yet. And they have Evan Engram. And so we got a problem.
They dropped him
on in my phone.
They dropped him?
No, I haven't dropped anybody yet, but they're gonna have to drop somebody. They asked me on Monday if they should drop him for Isaiah Likely, and I said no. After telling them to sit Xavier Worthy in week 1, and they lost because of it. They think I'm the worst fantasy analyst in the world. I might be.
This is it. I mean, it's like people ask me questions. I feel so bad when I'm wrong. All right, pick 2 in PPR.
We're trying our best, man. Thomas and Pickens.
Yeah. Score, Bob. This is a bad week for you. Ladd or Deontay? The game of the week.
Deontay Johnson.
What do you think of DJ Dallas? Yeah. No.
He had that awesome kick return. First one ever. Dynamic DJ. That's what they're going to call him now.
Go Canes. Godwin or Charbonnet?
What's the format?
I don't know.
Full PPR Godwin, half PPR Godwin, non-PPR Charbonnet.
Mixon or Charbonnet?
Joe.
Sit one. Mitchell. Right?
Yeah, of course. But I'm glad you've got him. He's a good stash candidate.
Kirk, Snead, or Cook?
Maybe one of the best. Kirk.
Murray or Daniels?
I would start Daniels. Rushing numbers.
Ridley or Palmer?
I've never sang rushing numbers before.
All right, I'll be right back. I've got to call my parents and help them.
Go ahead.
I love that.
Calvin Ridley over Palmer. Amari Cooper over Tank Dell.
Bucky Irving or Eckler?
Austin Eckler over Bucky. Hey, nice of you to say, Harry.
Yeah, I love when people type out the emoji.
I love it when they say finger red number 1, metal yellow first red.
DJ Moore or Harrison?
I have Harrison higher.
Ooh.
Listen, I'm just telling you what I saw. I saw a receiver who started to break out toward the end of the game last week against Buffalo, and that was Harrison.
Yeah, but why wouldn't we start DJ Moore if the other receivers are hurt?
Because I think the combination of a very good Texans defense and a very, very unsettled rookie quarterback making his second NFL start puts some concern on DJ Moore. Still, they're both number 2 wide receivers. And if you like Moore better, go for it.
I have to put out a fire. Hey, Schaefer, can you click some questions for Dave, please? I have to be a commissioner
again.
What's that?
A lot of stuff going on this morning.
Oh, you know what? Someone's asking why can't I put Evan Engram on IR?
Because he's not on IR.
He's not on IR.
My mom just asked me if she could put him on IR.
Yeah, can't do it.
Well, she might be able to. She's playing on.
Oh no, well, I can't do it in the FFT Open. Okay, go ahead. I'll be back in 1 second. Just commissionering. Go ahead.
Good. He's finally gone. Fields or Goff? I will take Goff. Pittman or Pollard? Do you dislike Pittman enough to start Tony Pollard?
I don't dislike Pittman at all.
Are you starting him over Pollard?
Yes.
Okay, Pittman.
Keep going. Almost done.
Mason or Pacheco?
Mason.
I will start Pacheco against that Bengals defense. I'll take Ford over Drake. Ford's going to get a lot of work. Hopefully a lot of catches. Hopefully that repeats from last week.
All right. I'm back. Pitts or McBride?
Trey. Trey might be the number 1 tight end this week.
Najee Harris, Christian Kirk, or Tank Dell? Pick 2.
I think Kirk and Dell are the most fun.
Agreed.
Palmer or Sutton?
I don't want to start Cortland Sutton. I don't want to start Josh Palmer either. I love Palmer. I guess Sutton's the answer.
Ladd McConkey or Zamir White?
I will start Ladd. Hopefully it's PPR.
Man, we've gotten a lot of Ladd McConkey questions today, and I just got I'm nervous about it against the Panthers. Now, maybe they just are extremely efficient like Derek Carr was, but this is the game that if Harbaugh and Greg Roman took the job specifically for this game, they couldn't wait. They were like, oh, we are going to run the ball in week 2. Yeah. So just, I know we're not getting like McConkey or Neighbors, but we are getting a lot of McConkey questions, and I am starting him in 1 league at least. But, I don't think we're super excited about him, right?
No,
he's not top 30.
He's not worth being super excited about yet.
Stevenson or ETN?
ETN.
Rap sheet. Seattle is expected to take extreme caution with Kenneth Walker's oblique injury. Yeah.
Everyone thinks an oblique injury is a big joke until it's not.
Isn't this his? He's had another oblique injury as well, right?
I'd have to go back and see.
I didn't know that.
Go back into the database and look.
Cooks or Shaheed?
Oh, I like them both. I'll take Shaheed.
This is that Pam picture. They're the same picture.
What a bad year so far for tight end. Okay, not only
it's been a week and a game.
I know, but week 1 was embarrassing for tight ends, and now in week 2 we don't have Njoku, Ferguson, or Engram,
and we didn't really have Dalton Kincaid either.
Right. Fields or Lawrence?
Trevor. They named
Trevor in 6, Fields in 4.
So here's a Laube McConkey question: McConkey or Ramondre Stevenson?
Ramondre.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not a crazy. Like, I don't love Ramondre this week, but what if McConkey didn't, break a tackle and get into the end zone? Would anybody really want to start him?
No one. He'd be cut in a bunch of leagues.
I've never had a sunny side up egg.
Are you kidding me?
In your life?
In my life. It's too yolky.
Would it surprise you to know that is the go-to way to eat eggs in my house?
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me Google image this. Hold on. Sunny side up eggs.
You don't know what a sunny side up egg looks like?
Right. Yeah, I've never had one of those.
Put this somewhere on social media.
It's like they got the runny yolk. The runny yolk. I don't want that.
You don't like runny yolk?
So that it's not as runny.
It's like a fried or a scrambled egg.
But dude, if you put a sunny side egg on top of like a nice piece of toast and you break that yolk and the yolk goes everywhere and it soaks into the toast.
No, I don't want
How
that.
good is that? Or on a burger? Have you ever put a sunny side up egg on a burger?
Yeah, I think it's a good time to update the Adam Azer bad take thread.
Yeah, I figured. I think they call it sunny side because it looks like a sun. By the way, all right. We're gonna finish with We have 6 minutes left. We're gonna go rapid fire here.
Wait, why do you think they call it sunny side up?
It looks like a sun.
Oh,
yeah. Yolk. All right.
Brilliant.
Okay. Harrison, Kamara, Charbonnet. Pick 2. Sit Harrison. Right.
I would sit Marvin Harrison.
Dotson or Christian Watson.
Watson.
Sutton or Gus Edwards?
Sutton.
I'd go Gus if it's non-PPR.
Sam Darnold over Malik Willis, right?
Sam.
Yes.
The runny yolk with the toast is the best part.
Thank you. Val's gets it. Oh, man. We got Anthony's for lunch today. I might have to leave early.
Oh, so hungry. Andrews are likely.
I will have a sunny side up egg and Andrews over likely.
Yes.
Mayfield or Fields?
Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield, John, for sure.
Fried eggs the way to go.
Goddard over Deontay. Goddard went up in my rankings.
You know that a sunny side up is fried.
Yeah, but it's not fried.
You just don't flip it is the only difference.
Okay. Well, it's a huge difference. I don't want the runny. Christian Kirk or Tony Pollard?
Kirk.
Dave, is this an accurate quote? I've never had an egg sunny side up too yolky.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you kind of combined 2 quotes there. Runny yolk should be banned. Agreed. Dinesh. I love Dinesh.
I'm starting Wan'Dale over Palmer, Dinesh. Let's roll.
I'm not. Palmer for me. Colby Parkinson or Jalen Warren, PPR?
I will start. Oh, I could be talked into Colby Parkinson here.
Heath, give me break that tie, by the way. Wan'Dale or Palmer?
Palmer.
Cooks or Pickens?
Pickens.
Devontae Smith or Rashee Rice?
I have Rice 1 spot ahead of Devontae in my PPR rankings.
Full PPR, I would agree with Rice. Anything else is Smith.
Okay, and let's see. PPR, Goddard or Wan'Dale? Oh, we did that one, right? Goddard. Oh, no, did we not?
Goddard.
Nico or Josh Jacobs?
Nico.
Cooper or Godwin? Half PPR.
Christopher Godwin.
Yeah. Fields or Herbert?
Fields.
Adam, you are plain weird. Yeah,
yeah. We all are.
Yeah. Worthy, Metcalf, or Reed?
Am I crazy for kind of wanting to go with Worthy here? I'm going to take Metcalf. I think that's just safe.
I don't think you're crazy at all for wanting to, and I think you're rational for not.
Finally, someone thinks I'm rational.
Pickens or DK Metcalf?
DK.
Pittman or ETN?
Travis Etienne.
He was another guy who got a boost with Evan Engram out.
1,900 likes or 2,000 likes? What do you prefer?
2,000.
Let's go. We're almost there. We'll answer all three. Jamo or Dell?
Jamo.
It seems like when we answer questions really fast, people leave faster. Are they just asking their questions and then leaving after we answer?
I don't know.
Dell.
Neighbors.
Think about 5 minutes from now.
Neighbors,
Neighbors, and Charbonnet.
There you go.
Neighbors today beat Thomas rest of the season.
Montgomery, Jacobs, Lazard.
We're sitting Lazard.
Sit Lazard.
Dobbins or Godwin?
Godwin. Way closer in non-PPR, but Godwin.
Dobbins or Najee?
Dobbins.
Ever had a hole-in-one? They're awesome.
Oh, absolutely. They're delicious.
That's Lucas's pregame meal is 2 hole-in-ones.
Which is what?
Man after my own heart.
I need to know what it is. What is it?
Piece of toast with a hole cut in the middle, and you fry the egg in the middle of the bread.
Oh, that sounds good.
But it will be that egg will be fried longer than a typical sunny side.
Is it runny?
No,
his are.
Oh, I don't like his. Christian Kirk is Captain Kirk. I like that. Pick 2, ETN, Charbonnet, and Ford.
Wow.
I am going to sit Ford.
I will sit Ford.
Have you sit in a Ford lately?
I have them back to back to back in my PPR rankings.
I'm not answering that question. I was mad that Heath got Zach Bond and RDP.
I spent over 100 fab on him in our YOLO league.
Nice. Half PPR is Zamir White, Chuba Hubbard, Chase Brown, and McClough.
So that's why I didn't get him for a $3 fab bid.
That is why.
Okay. I will go. I am so tempted to go with Chase. I know. I don't like any of these options. Who do I rank the highest?
I'm going Zamir White.
Yeah, I am too.
I think I have White.
This is not rapid fire. Neighbors, Ford, or JMO?
Neighbors.
Marvin
It's
Harrison.
standard. It's Ford.
Marvin Harrison or McLaurin?
McLaurin.
Pierce or
He is feast or famine.
Ridley.
I have Ridley over Pierce.
Who's also feast or famine.
Cousins or Caleb?
I think I have Cousins over Caleb.
Cousins.
And Dotson or Jamal Williams? We'll end with that.
What a question. What a world. Dotson.
Let's go
2,000
Dotson.
likes. 2,000 likes. Keenan Allen's doubtful. Don't start Keenan Allen. Per Jay Glazer. He's doubtful. All right. Thank you to Dave and Heath and Thomas and to all of you for watching. And tell your friends this is the place to be to hang out on Sunday mornings and afternoons. Enjoy the game. Good luck in week 2. And we'll talk to you tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern to recap all the action.